I am an adult.
Yo, okay. That's fine.
What?
That was loud enough. Nothing. That's fine. Okay. That was more solid, I'm just saying.
Okay, you're
All
welcome.
right, here we go.
So...
What? On this episode of Daughter Issues, we're going to talk about a recent TikTok we just posted where I was asking you about what ASL means.
Still means American Sign Language. Want to point that out.
I understand you feel that way.
No.
I respect your feelings.
It is that way.
Okay, but I understand you feel that way. But I asked you
It's
to
a fact.
Hey, don't scream into the microphone.
It's a fact.
I already... Really? I've got you cranked all the way up as high as you can go, and then you squeeze...
Okay. It's a fact.
Don't make my life a nightmare for editing.
It's a fact.
Okay. I asked you to put yourself back in time. I said, think about going back in time, the years like 99 to 2001, and someone types ASL into Yahoo chat. And you go, Yahoo? Like email? And you seemed very confused. So before I start explaining it, tell me what you think all this stuff means.
People were still deaf in 1991.
I understand.
It's not a trend.
I have never said that being deaf was a trend.
You didn't say that, but I'm telling you. Because you are saying that it doesn't mean that, and it does mean that. So.
I did not say it doesn't mean that.
Offended?
No,
Hashtag canceled.
It does. It does mean that. I get it.
Okay.
ASL means American Sign Language.
Right.
But you know things can have more than one meaning.
Right.
Okay.
So old days thinking. ASL.
It's I'll give you a hint. It's a little bit like your YMDCFLJOKYN.
Like slang.
Yeah. But it's not. It's more of an abbreviation. What would ASL mean?
Would you say it? Can you say it by itself and people know what you mean?
Mm-hmm.
No more words have to come after that.
Right. You would literally type ASL and then the screen would fill with replies. Everyone would reply.
Everyone?
People have been doing it in the comments of the TikTok. They're not telling you what it means, which I love that about them. Our TikTok fans are amazing. They're not saying, Talissa, it means this. They're not telling you what the words stand for. They're just doing it in the comments. And I'm seeing, and
that's a valid reply to something?
Yes, it's so
Can you
cool.
say it to anything?
It's not a reply. It's the beginning of the conversation.
As solid loser.
Yep. As solid loser.
Beginning of a conversation?
Yeah.
A
It would
soft log.
Ugh, that sounds gross.
It does sound gross.
Who would respond to that? Me? I'm having soft logs. Me too. My logs are fine. Like, why would that be a response? It's okay. Look at it like this.
Loogie.
What do you think? What do you think a Yahoo chat room is? I briefly explained it in the TikTok.
Here's my issue.
Okay.
Yahoo is an email.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know it as. I don't understand a chat room.
So I used to play pool on Yahoo.
Like as a website?
Yeah. We would play
Could you
pool.
send emails?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a thing when you were little?
Yep. Not little, no. Teenage years, yeah. Late teens for me.
Is that what did the chat room develop into an email, or was that separate? Could you email and do a chat
You could
room?
email first. No, so when the internet was created, people were making computers in like 60s and 70s before I was even born. They just weren't available to like your average person to buy one, right? So by the time and we were really poor. So like Windows came out in 95. I think there was a Windows NT and then Windows 95, 95 being the year it was made.
Oh, there wasn't 95 Windows.
Right, right. It was 95. It was 1995 that Windows 95.
Why are you laughing at me?
It's just funny that you think about it being 95 Windows. You've seen Windows. You know the logo.
It's only one window. Why is it Windows? It's one.
Well, okay. No, that's fair. I mean,
it's not fair. It is.
I'll tell you why. The logo is a window, but some of them, some of the logos there was like 3 or 4 of them, like a drop shadow, but they were different colors.
Mm. That's the one with the different colors. It goes boom, 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 or whatever the sound.
As the computer was starting
background.
up. Yeah. Oh. And they called it Windows. Like yeah. They called it Windows because windows could pop up on the screen. That's what you could close a window on a computer. They pop up. That's why they called it Windows. It was different windows popping up on the computer.
Windows is a computer?
Windows is the operating system.
Like the motherboard?
No.
Oh.
Okay. So the motherboard is the green stuff on the inside of the actual box.
I know that.
Okay.
That's the operating system. That's
no. The operating system is the software that you install that allows you a user interface to click on stuff and move things around.
This is too much.
It's not too much. It's just the software that allows you to run it. You know how whenever your iPhone is like, you have an update?
Yeah.
And you go, okay, I update the iPhone?
Yeah.
That's the operating system. It's iOS 13 or iOS 14.
They need a different name for that.
You aren't on the board of directors for Microsoft. So.
Operating system set, like when you think about it in a simple form, which how everyone should be thinking about it, operating system is the stuff that makes it operate, right? Which is the motherboard. The motherboard is what makes it operate.
It's not the system, though. I didn't come here to argue with you about technology.
It should be like...
that you don't understand. Listen to me. Hold on.
Data memory. That should be...
Data memory. Okay, so when you start your own company... Talissa Soft.
I'm going to call it Pears.
You can call it whatever you want.
Pears.
So they actually, pears is what they used in iCarly. Remember their computers had a pear on it instead of an apple.
In Victoria's Secret, right? I mean.
What?
Not Victoria's Secret, in Victoria. People were going to yell at me for that. It's Victoria, right? Please look it up.
This conversation is going nowhere, so I want to get back on track.
The Gen Zers are going to be mad at me. I need to get
You're talking about Victorious? The TV show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did I?
Well, because
someone's getting beat
because
outside.
You're part teenager, part adult woman.
Mm-hmm.
So Victorious and Victoria's Secret are both part of your life.
This is true.
So anyway, back to the point.
Wait, they had pears, right?
The operating system, yes, I think so. I don't know if they did. I thought it was just iCarly that had that.
I think
it's really hard to do a podcast with you when you won't stay on a single topic. We have to focus.
All right, we'll focus.
This is just, you go off on a tangent and then another tangent, then you ask a question about that tangent, and as I'm answering that, you interrupt and ask about that tangent, and nothing ever gets solved. We got to stay focused here.
Okay, but let's solve this one first, and then we'll get focused. Because I think iCarly and Victorious.
Okay, we're going to shut the whole podcast down and do a quick little...
We have to...
What kind of computers did they use on Victorious?
Yeah.
Pear Company.
Okay, so they're probably made by the same people then. Someone's getting beat outside, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's what happens when you live next to Pet Boys.
I sometimes also want to bounce somebody's head off the concrete, so I understand. What?
Okay.
I didn't say I was going to do it.
Yeah, pears. It was pears on both.
Did they copy it, or wonder? Okay.
No, the Pear is a home computer that is very similar to the Apple iMac.
I'm saying, did they copy it from iCarly, or are they made by the same people?
I think they're made by the same people.
I think so too. All right, go ahead.
As a matter of fact, the director I worked with on Danger Force was a director of iCarly, and he directed some Victorious episodes as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's the same family of people.
That makes sense. So I'll make it an orange company.
Well, it just be fair. To be fair, though, it may not even be like just Nickelodeon. It could be like there are brands that stand alone that are just television brands. They're not even real. And you like bags of chips, they'll have it in Big Bang Theory, and they'll have the same bag of chips in a movie.
Like a whole new type of world just for that.
Just the same, yeah, because they use vinyl bags. They don't use real chip bags because that would be a nightmare for sound. So you put your hand in a real chip bag, it'd be, and you
They
wouldn't hear
gotta
the
do that
dialogue.
ADR later.
Right. So instead they do vinyl bags. So you can have it. It looks real. It's shiny. You can use it forever. You can even put chips in it. But
I've yet to work with any food, so I don't know.
yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
There's a guy I follow on TikTok who does movie props and TV props.
There's a girl I follow who does
Yeah.
ADR for sound.
Oh, okay.
It's called something.
Foley.
Yeah, Foley artist?
Foley artist, yeah.
There's someone that I met who's a Foley artist. Sorry.
Cool. See, here we go.
All right.
Another rabbit hole. I'm trying to follow you, but I want to. You're like, I got you on a chain, and I'm like, get back to the computer conversation.
I am on the computer conversation.
Okay, so what were we talking about? Operating systems. So the software that allows you to operate the computer is why it's called an operating system.
And that was Windows.
So there was Macintosh and Windows were the two big ones. And
Macintosh.
Mac.
Oh, like the Apple Macintosh?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Apple, Mac, it's short for Macintosh. So there was Macintosh, which was Steve Jobs. You've heard of Steve Jobs. You've heard of Steve Jobs.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates was Windows.
Oh.
So he owned
He wasn't Apple.
Steve Jobs had Macintosh, Apple.
Okay.
iPhone. That's Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Bill Gates was Microsoft, which owned and created Windows.
Oh.
They were competitors, but they knew each other, right?
Right,
They were
right.
both like starting sort of around the same time. So Macintosh, and there are going to be computer experts that may disagree with me, but Macintosh mostly focused on businesses, and Windows, like Bill Gates was like, we got to get a computer in everybody's house. So he made them cheaper. They were kind of shittier products, but they crashed more. They needed more repair, but it was easier to buy a Windows computer, which we called PC, which just stands for personal computer. You would say Mac or PC. Even though a Macintosh is technically a personal computer, we called it PC.
What's the other
Mac.
one? Isn't there HP?
That's a PC though. Hewlett Packard is HP, but they make Windows computers. They don't make Mac computers. I know it's a lot. It was my whole life, so to me it's my whole reality. But I get it. I feel like I'm talking to an alien. You're just like, what? But HP, Dell, Gateway,
yeah, Dell.
Yeah, all of those. They all.
Didn't I have a Gateway one?
Yep.
A really old one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I had the little laptops that were the ThinkPads with the little red dot in it. Do you remember the little red dot?
I think mine had a red dot.
Yeah. The point is, all of those were Windows computers. So I don't know how we got into Windows 95. That's how. The point is Yahoo Chat. So you would go to yahoo.com and you could click Mail, Games, or Chat Rooms.
They have games? Do they have them still?
I told you I played pool.
Do they still have them?
Sort of.
This is back to the iPad kid. Do you have games on your phone?
Yeah. Yeah. So, kinda. I mean, you know how you can play like cup pong with people on your iPhone?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that. So you would be in a chat room with a bunch of people and you could instant message someone. You could click on their name and be like, ASL. And they would respond, and then you would start talking back and forth. So before I get into more about Yahoo Messenger and instant messaging and AOL Instant Messenger and all that, can you put that down? Talissa.
What?
I'm trying to talk to you about Yahoo Chat.
Yeah, but...
Why are you just picking up deodorant?
Well, I forgot that I didn't put on my deodorant today, and I brought it with me on accident. You know how sometimes you just bring stuff with you, then you forget? I just remembered. Don't worry about it.
I've never accidentally carried deodorant somewhere.
Well, I was running around doing stuff, and then we came in here and decided to record, and I brought it with me on accident, and I just remembered I forgot to put it on. It's a new one. It's Fiji. Fuji? Fiji.
We're just you're just applying deodorant?
With palm tree.
Okay.
Palm tree? Like extract?
You know, I've done this for 12 years as a profession. Never once have I had someone just start applying deodorant in the middle of a conversation.
Well, now it's all over because I just did it.
All right. So you would go to yahoo.com and you could click chat, you could click games, whatever. You could play games with people. Like you could go to Yahoo and then play pool and chat while you're playing pool with someone. I spent hours doing it. It was so fun. You'd get to know somebody, but you also got to play a game and you got better at stuff. You could upgrade and buy better sticks and whatever.
Was it always purple?
No, it was red when I was younger.
Really?
Yahoo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was red. Kind of like YouTube.
Mm.
Yeah. It was always email too, but you could direct message someone from a chat room. So the idea of a chat room is you would log in and just be like, hey guys. And people are like, hey, what's up? These are all complete strangers. It's like, imagine if you had a group chat with like 40 people you've never met.
I would never do that.
I get it, but that's
ever.
But there was no Skype.
You didn't invite them?
No, you just
you had to deal with the people that were in the chat?
So you would just click it, usually based on topic. They were kind of separated by general topics you were supposed to keep, but nobody, I mean, you would start there, but you know how the internet is. It would go sideways no matter what. Usually about sex or something stupid. But yeah, you would just jump into the chat and just start talking. And you would say ASL. So if I popped in and I was new to the chat, I'd be like, ASL. What do you think that means in that scenario? Yeah, listeners love just dead silence. That's their favorite thing about podcasts.
Silent links. I don't know what that means.
All right, I'm just giving you an opportunity to explore the idea.
Asshole.
I kind of want you to see what they're saying, but
Asshole?
you're using your phone to film.
Asshole?
Can we see comments? Can you see comments on the computer on TikTok?
If you log in, I think so, yeah.
Did you get logged in?
I'll let you know. I'm working on it.
I didn't know if you were just like on ESPN or
What?
playing beer pong or
ESPN. Is that the fighting one?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Sure. I mean, it's sports in general. So, sure.
Sports. ESPN. What's the last part? What does it normally say? ESPN. Sport. What is that? What is
Are
it?
you talking about the game? EA Sports.
Yeah.
It's in the game.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, not ESPN.
Oh.
Are you logged into TikTok?
It's asking me when my birthday is.
Do you not know?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I don't know if I know my...
Who's the old person now?
Oh,
how do I know how to operate TikTok?
No, listen.
Dude, come on. This is terrible entertainment for people.
1 minute.
I want them to be engaged, not just listening to you reset your password like a 90-year-old man.
Whose TikTok am I logged into? That's not my profile.
The first comment is, going to have to listen to this podcast because these videos are fantastic. Thank you, Devin. I pinned that one. Felt good. So the first answer to ASL, 50M Detroit.
50M Detroit?
Mm-hmm. Another one is 27F Ohio.
Is it like their bio? They're saying how old they are? I am...
35M Vegas.
Okay. So she's 35. Her name starts with an M or an L. And she lives in Vegas.
You're so close. I'll tell you mine and see if you get it. 42MCA.
M. Male.
ASL. It would help if you could see it because there's slashes in between. It's 42/M/CA.
Oh. A is assigned birth.
42.
Oh, wait. Age.
Okay. We're getting somewhere. M.
Sex.
Mm-hmm. CA.
Late.
CA? What is CA?
Estate.
Mm-hmm.
Land. Location.
Location. Age, sex, location. So you would pop into a chat room, you don't know anybody, you go ASL, and everyone types 27F Dallas or 27.
It's a little demanding.
Yeah, it's not, you don't have to answer. But it's just to get an idea, who are you? What's going on?
That doesn't give me an idea of who you are.
Well,
tell me your favorite cookie.
Well,
tell me where you grew up, and tell me,
right? No,
not
that's
where you live currently, and your sex and your age. That tells me nothing.
Well, but if you're there,
I don't like it.
To kind of date someone or to kind of get to know people to see if you're interested in dating.
That's after.
And you can't tell by the screen name if they're male or female or whatever. Or they may be a female, or like, let's say you go in and you're talking to someone and it gets kind of funny and you guys are like connecting. You want to send them a DM we didn't call them DMs, we call them IMs, instant message. You want to send them an instant message, and she goes with yawning again. 2000s technology. Olden times. Tell me more about your cave, father. And let's say you're getting along with them and you're like, wow, this person's got a cool personality. And then his his screen name says something about Billy, something, whatever.
Billy sounds old.
Whatever. And but then you ASL and find out he's 54 years old and lives in Canada. You're like, nah, I'm not going to waste time with this, right? There's no point. But if you ask him and he says he's a male and he lives in Los Angeles and he's 19, now you're like, oh, possibility. So let me continue this conversation, see what's up. So it was just an idea to get a general idea of your location and your sex and your age. It's really more about just like, who are my people here? That's kind of what it is. That's not saying that's all that was important. It's just, at first, let's just get a feel for the room. Who's my audience?
Mine would be FCP.
What?
Favorite food, favorite color, and your perspective. That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
FCP.
Sounds very woke. I love it.
Hashtag FCP.
I love it.
Start it.
So the cool thing about Yahoo Messenger is when someone would log in, there'd be a little sound that would play, and a little window would slide over, and it'd be like someone's opening a door, and we'd look over, and the notification would be like, your friend Talissa just logged in.
It would tell you that?
It wouldn't say it. It would be like a notification up in the corner of the computer.
Oh.
And they would log off. It would go, and it would have their name and be like, so-and-so logged off. It would be like David logged off.
Like active versus non-active.
Yeah, but it would notify you when they logged in and when they logged out if y'all were friends. And so I'm going to play a clip here that is like rapid fire all the sounds that it would use. It would never sound like this because you would only hear one sound isolated. But these are some of the sounds from Yahoo Messenger back in the day. That, right? That doorbell, you could ding people. God, I'm bringing back memories for people. I guarantee. You could buzz people too. Like if you'd send them a message and they didn't respond, you could hit buzz and it would go bling and their screen would shake. So those are some of the examples. So what I did is I was digging through, because I was learning to fix computers at this time. I would dig through and find, like, deep in the installation of Yahoo Messenger, I would find like where these sound files were, and I would record my own sound files and replace them. So I had these custom sounds that literally no one else in the world had when people would log in. And I would do these crazy character voices, and I was doing it just for fun. And then I was like, I can send it to people with instructions on how to replace it. And so I was sort of giving them away and showing them how to go in and delete the old files and install the new ones. And so I started a company where it was personalized audible sounds. And
how old were you?
oh man, I think I was 22, 23.
Okay.
And it sort of it kind of evolved from being stuff you put into Yahoo chat into stuff that could be ringtones for phones. So there were QCP files and MP3 files that were deep into the technology of a cell phone. And I was finding a way to convert these things into cell phone ringtones. And I almost did a deal with Sprint. I was this close. Like I had a deal. The negotiation, I'll never even talk to you about this. The negotiation was Sprint had offered me $1.3 million for an exclusive 12-month deal for my personal audio files that I had called Podables, personalized audibles. And it was going to be, my original plan in my naivete was to say,
your what?
in me being naive, me not naivete, yeah, to say that I'm naive. I don't understand how complicated what I was pitching actually was. Originally, the deal with Sprint was going to be, I just have a website where you can order your own, you can download like 10 favorites or whatever, or maybe 40 or 20 of them for a certain price. And you could just install a generic one, or I can personalize it for you. You type your name and then pay for it, and I'll just record it for you. And this guy at Sprint was like, the business development guy at Sprint was like, people are into instant gratification these days. This was like, by this point, it was probably 2004, around the time you were born. And he's like, they want instant gratification. He's like, you need to pre-record like the top 100 most common names for male and female and put those out there. But I was like, no, I'm going to go bigger. I'm going to go top 500 male and top 500 female. So I recorded thousands of files, and your mom actually helped me sit there and convert every MP3 into a QCP because QCP was dedicated for Sprint. We spent hours doing it and had a $1.3 million deal. This was going to take us from our tiny little apartment in Arlington, Texas, to a whole different lifestyle. And it was going to be an exclusive agreement with them, and then we were going to move to all the other carriers, and then eventually go into microwaves and dishwashers.
Okay, so what happened?
Washers and dryers. What happened was...
See, what had happened was...
What had happened was Sprint and Nextel merged. And my business development guy was pushed out during the merger, and the deal went south. He was... Like, I had a plane ticket. They had sent me a literal plane ticket to fly to their corporate office. I think it was in Kansas. I was going to fly to their corporate office and sign this deal. And then the deal fell apart. But I was working for a television network at the time, and the CEO of the television network loved my idea, so he partnered with me as a business partner, and we started running commercials for Podables on the television network I worked for in Texas.
How come I didn't know about this?
Because you were a tiny baby. Would you like to hear the audio from the TV commercial? I don't have the actual TV commercial anymore, but I've got the audio that we put with it.
Is this you?
This is me doing the voiceover for the commercial. I think I was 23 probably.
You found it.
I found it deep in the bowels of my Dropbox. Ready?
Heard it here, folks.
Here it is. Here's our 29-second commercial for Podables.
Your computer is finally talking with real voices. When you log on to your instant messenger, instead of hearing knocks and beeps, wouldn't it be much more fun to have these fun voices?
Hey, girl.
Incoming message.
Bye-bye, friend.
I tell you what, you better check that email.
What's up, big pimp?
Hey, your buddy just came online.
You get over 140 of them for just $10 at Podables.com. Customize what you want your Podables to say at the Get Personal section. Visit Podables.com today to get personal with your instant messenger.
That's a pretty good.
That was my $1 million idea that never took off. We could probably redo it. Wouldn't it be cool if like your your washer and dryer and your microwave was like, "Hey, fool, your food's ready," like stuff
Yeah,
like that.
that would
That's
be
the
so
idea.
funny.
So the idea would be to partner with like Kenmore or one of these bigger companies, and
Whirlpool,
something like that, and have these like have your appliances talking to you, but in these fun character voices.
Wow.
I could totally revamp it. I still have the original logo for Potables that I
gosh.
created in like Microsoft Paint or something ridiculous.
Oh,
But
goodness.
I did all right with it. I saw it recently and I was like, it's not as bad as I thought it would have been. But yeah, the idea was now whenever, instead of it going, when your friend came online, it would be like, "Yo, David, your friend's online." And it would just be some character. So
That's awesome.
had a bunch of different character voices. The ringtones were like, "You got a call coming in," and stuff like that. But you just heard some of the samples. But yeah, so that's Yahoo Messenger. I mean,
That's a lot more fun than the beeps and knocks.
Yeah,
all
I
those are
thought
like
so.
all those are like trigger sounds to me. Like all of them are like something that, like hearing a door squeak open or like knocking on a door or
Mhm.
like footsteps or beeping. It's too much.
I can't stand it like during a movie when someone bangs on a door. It was like, "Boo, boo, 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 boo." I get so much anxiety. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, answer the door. Like when someone keeps knocking over and over or a phone keeps ringing over and over, I just chalk it up to my misophonia and be like, it's me. I'm
Yeah.
definitely, it's my problem.
Am I the drama?
I'm not the drama.
I'm not the drama.
Am
Am
I
I
the
the
drama? I just looked it up. It was still a thing until 2018. So up until 4 years ago, you could still pop into a Yahoo chat room. I wish I would have. There she goes, yawning again.
I'm really trying not to. I haven't got coffee this time.
There was a time when a little talk button just showed up, and you could just hit talk and just talk to the entire chat room.
It would play it for everybody?
Yeah, you could just talk to people.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And
No.
anybody at any time could just talk. So it'd be like-
Everyone would be talking at the
yeah,
same time.
it got bad. People tried to talk at the same time, and it would just cancel each other out. People would start fights.
Well, now I want to go see if I can play games on Yahoo.
Okay, maybe we can play pool or something.
Yeah.
God, playing pool on Yahoo, those were the days. Wow. So that's Yahoo Chat. That's what it was. And so when you hear people talk about AIM, AIM,
Mhm.
it's AOL Instant Messenger. It's the same concept. There's an
AOL's what again?
MSM? What?
AOL's what again?
Instant Messenger. Oh, America Online. AOL's America Online.
That
Those are the
was-
CDs we talked about.
Yeah.
They would bring you with pigeons.
AOL, ASL.
No, stop it. America Online, AOL Instant Messenger.
All right. We're done with that one.
We're done with this one. I'm out. But now you know way more than you did when we started this conversation.
I'm probably not going to remember it. Are we done?
Yep, we're done.
Oh. All right. Well,
Guys, you can hear every single episode of this podcast if you sign up at daughterpod.com. It's patreon.com/daughterissues. That's where you can get all the episodes. We're releasing a few to the public, but so much more at daughterpod.com.
all right. It's my turn. The podcast has now ended.